sky. Little Einstein, babe. What's happening? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's happening? Better Man Podcast. Number one podcast in the world. You already know. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having an incredible
Shit.
Tuesday. That's my homie over there. He's just doing some light language. It's all good. I hope y'all are doing well.
Welcome to the Better Man Podcast with Ivan and Suman. This podcast is all about how to be an optimal, conscious male in today's society. Join Ivan and Suman as they go deep into the rabbit hole of personal growth, mindset, social dynamics, and spirituality. Are you ready to be a better man?
That's a great idea. Really great idea. And, what's the number one thing that, models need?
Bro, to me you sound like a monster. Like a fucking
Really?
You sound like a robotic monster.
I sound robotic?
Bro, dude, I don't even know if this is really soon.
Maybe is it just my mic?
Maybe it was just my mic.
Maybe it's a thug to a monster. I have a lyric in my song.
Extra monster. Maybe it's my extra monster.
All right, let me switch over to my different headphones.
I got you. In the meantime, let's keep going. Let's get the party going. Everybody wake the fuck up. Hey, happy birthday. You woke up. It's the birthday of your awakening today and every fucking day. Be glad that you awaken more and more and more and be more accustomed and more comfortable inside of your body, inside of your beliefs, because you are very clear on those beliefs and you're very clear on the values that uphold those beliefs and what the results of those of holding those beliefs will be, right? What's going to be the result of the belief?
That's right. What are we talking about today, bro? Beliefs?
Bro, like always, the masculine, the feminine.
Ooh, get it.
Feminine.
Let's get it.
Bro, what you know about it? 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 My lip is What you know about it? What you know about it?
I know quite a bit, man. Like for instance, I know the yin and the yang. Did you know that the yin and the yang inspired the binary code? Like the 01001.
I didn't. What is that? I don't know what that is.
So it's like how they make computers and shit, right? Through zeros and ones, through coding. Basically, I mean, this is the way I saw it. 0 is like the feminine because it's like vagina. 1 is like penis. So it's like feminine, masculine, feminine.
Ones.
And that also is like what creates life, right? Think about it.
Okay.
So like yin and yang is like, and actually there's this whole story about this philosopher being inspired by reading the Tao Te Ching. And he like got really interested in coding and shit.
Okay.
And so he started to do like sequences and patterns, and he saw the, like, you know how they have 2 lines, 1 line around the yin yang. Sometimes they have like a diagram that's like in Taoism. So basically this also apparently affects the DNA. So like how you have the DNA strands, like A, T, C, G, like that thing. And apparently I was looking up shit about DNA, bro. because I did a DNA activation like 2 days ago,
Oh yeah, with who?
and it was with quantum activation, Savannah Slauson. She's a fellow starseed like myself, and yeah, and it was really cool actually. I had a very big emotional release, and yeah. So what they say is for DNA activation is that we use only 2% or two strands of all our strands of our DNA, basically. Like there's junk DNA that scientists say they're like extra DNA, basically up for grabs. But who knows what happens if we activate all of those 12 strands, you know? And that's what DNA activation is. So basically, as you rise in your Kundalini energy, it starts to basically activate the DNA strands as well. Um,
It's true.
Super cool stuff.
It's true. I think you can apply that idea to everything, really. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
like just like your choice and decision and foods to eat, decision and changing your thoughts.
Yeah.
It's that all of that. It's like all of it is just a decision. Like this is what I really really fucking connected with.
True, yeah.
So I've been
If you
like,
go in with the intention, yeah,
I'll be like,
changes everything.
why don't I want to get up in the morning? Why don't I? Why do I want to stay in bed? Right, right.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told Panchi, I was like, babe, I think like when I wake up and I feel the warmth of the blanket, it just reminds me of like having a lot of love, and I feel like, I need to receive more love. I want to receive more love, in my life, right?
Mm.
So it was like, I told everybody in the group chat today. I said, yo,
Mm.
I said, relationship manifestation technique, right? Hug 10 people today with an open heart, right?
Mm.
That which begets love receives love, right? So that's what that which gives loves,
Mm.
right?
Gives loves, yeah.
Receives loves, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So
That's awesome, man.
even when people throw it shady,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
gotta
man.
fucking
What?
gotta hug him and give him an open-hearted hug. You can even give him a kiss if you
For
want to
real.
on the cheek, right? Right on the side
Yeah.
of the head, right on the
That
hand,
that's
right?
that's what can destroy hate is love, you know. Like one of my clients was talking about this concept, because I told him I was watching the show right on Netflix, where the character was flinging arrows of forgiveness into the hearts of. It was from, I believe it was, what was it? The show. It was like the one with Duncan Trussell, right? Morning, morning something, morning glory. I don't know. Anyway, the character, right? She was just like flinging arrows into the hearts of people, and they were just like, like Cupid's arrows were basically like, doing that thing. Bro, you're gonna distract the viewers with your Calvin Klein, ad over there. All right. Um, Basically, she was flinging arrows into the hearts of people, right, to forgive, but then they were like kind of getting impacted by it, and their hearts were softening, right? They're like, oh, like, and they were actually throwing hate at her or like wanting to, you know, they were like haters, but
Mm.
she was like, I forgive you, with like these arrows. And my client said something interesting. He said, man, that's awesome. That's like offensive kindness, right? We use defensive kindness at times as like people pleasers, or like, people who are quote unquote perfectionist. We try to use defensive kindness, right? We're like, oh, I have to be kind just to show others and not be my authentic self. But if you knew like you're gonna die tomorrow, you're not gonna want to be like fakely kind to someone, you know? You're gonna be offensively kind, you're not gonna defend yourself in that moment,
Dude,
right?
that sounds so similar to what Jay Shady was saying. That sounds so similar.
Shady?
Jay Shady was like, when you're a monk, right?
Yeah.
It's like monks kind of compete in like who can be the kindest, right? Who can be the nicest? Who can be the most loving, open-hearted,
Yeah.
giving, right? It's like if you want to compete in something, it's like compete in that, How can I love you more? How can I, but open-heartedly. I'm not talking about fake bullshit. I'm talking about open-hearted shit, right?
Damn.
And and that is what I believe is the most alpha thing that you can do, is to continue to love that person, even when that person has offended you, spoken down on your name,
Yeah.
you felt criticized, spoken behind your back.
That's challenging, and that's why it's alpha. Because it's challenging, How can you love someone that they're unlovable? You do it. You have your values, and one of your values is that love. So, you demonstrate it. And also, I feel like giving love also demonstrates survival, because you're giving the other person a feeling of safety. The opposite of love is fear.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you're in fear, you feel unsafe. But when you feel in love, you feel safe with that person or with that environment or with the task. So yeah, that's why it also signals a survival value.
Survival value.
Yeah, because it's like, especially long-term love, like patient love, shows that you're willing to do it for the long run, in a sense, which demonstrates safety to the woman. Oh yeah, this is the cycle of reality creation. Well, it's a lot of different maps together, let's say.
So let's see.
You should call this entire map something. What have you
I
called it?
wanted to call it like reality creation map.
Yeah, that's like.
Oh, I have to set you. Let me see. I got you. Admit. All right.
Battery low.
Alondra is coming in.
Yo.
She's not gonna be seen, but we just gonna do our thing. Hey, Alondra's been watching. Okay.
All right, sweet.
Okay, so look, what were you talking about? Because I wanted to bring this up for a specific reason. Because you said something.
I was talking about patience being a survival value.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So I said the most alpha thing you can do is to love, right? And like, okay. So let's look at the levels of perception, right? Love, unconditional love, 550, right? That's really high. That's really, really high. That's like, if so, like, let's just say, typically, if you're anywhere below unconditional love, if you're anywhere here, right? Let's just say you're at need, compulsion, unfulfilled desire. There's just something you've been wanting for a while now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like some acceptance, some recognition, time for yourself, right? Something. And you have that unfulfilled desire.
What's at the top, bro?
Huh?
What's at the top of that scale?
Infinity, divinity. Just like straight God shit.
Yeah, straight God shit. I like that. Yeah. For real.
Dude, oh man. Oh man. Dude, that's the next beanie that I'm gonna put out. It's gonna say God shit.
Yeah.
That's just some God shit.
Yeah. Yeah, these little aphorisms and like quotes that you have. You put them down on hats.
No, on some God shit. On some God shit. That's what it's gonna say. On some God shit.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Oh yeah. So it's like, if you really want to be up here, right? It's like you break it. Like anytime, so like let's just say, let me tell you what happened today, right? I'm in the car. I'm in the car with my family, and somebody like is like just doing the most, right? And it's got my dad upset, right? Because that person is doing the most.
Mm-hmm.
And we're about to go take pictures, right? So I'm like, I don't want to take some ugly ass pictures. I want the pictures to look loving, to just look beautiful, right? And for that person, the subject needs to feel beautiful, right? So I was like, what can I do, right? So what's the most alpha thing you can do? Is spirituality. Connecting to God, that is up. What is alpha? Alpha is the highest, right? That's what alpha means. God is the highest. When you connect to spirituality, you're untouched, right? So
that makes sense.
I put some Kid Cudi and Kanye West music, because some of their songs are really high vibrational.
Yeah, they're uplifting for sure.
Really, really high vibrational. Because they literally, like, Kid Cudi, when he's doing his different kind of hums, he's hitting different chakra points. Do you know that?
Yeah, that's true.
He's literally doing that. All that humming shit is an activation, right? So I'm like, I put that music on and I start singing too, right? But like, like some of their songs, they make you want. I mean, I was about to cry, dude. I was just listening to it and I was vibing with it and I was singing, right? And I wanted it to be like a radiation of like peace and serenity, right? I just want to be like peace and serenity. To create that environment through my own auric like expression, right?
Yeah.
And the pictures, I mean, dude, get out of town, homie. Get out of town. They're fucking. They are fantastic.
I'm already in town. All right. What were we talking about before this, bro? I think. Well, actually, yeah, let's bring up that idea of masculine and feminine, because you said alpha was the top, right? It's like when you have an alpha in a pack of like wolves or whatever, it's like the top one. And is it that they always travel with a pack, or is there some relevance to the Sigma wolf, like the one that is the lone wolf that goes off and does its own thing? Because I think those guys
they do it together. They do, like, sometimes they're together, sometimes they're not together. It just depends like how the conditions are in the environment.
Right, because I was really interested in this concept of like Sigma male, and I looked it up, and it's basically like a guy who's kind of like not in the norm, like doesn't conform to society, but he still does his own thing, and he's quite well respected and talented and all this kind of stuff, right? Which sounds quite interesting, right?
Why is it called Sigma? First of all, what does that mean? Is that Greek?
I think it's just the Greek letters, I think, that are used to describe these male types, archetypes, or whatever, right? Because I would think like a gamma male would be more in their head, like a really nerdy guy, and like I don't even know what an omega male is, but now we're just starting to create terms, like I feel like if we have every single Greek letter, we can then create like a categorization of every type of guy through that. I think BuzzFeed has like a joke thing that they did with that, where they, oh hey, I just see Alondra's chat. Hey y'all. Hey, how's it going? So yeah, like I guess people are trying to just understand themselves more. They just need a map more, and so that's why they classify it into beta male, alpha male. This thing, because it's not like you're beta or alpha. You have a percentage in you, right? It's like someone could be 20% beta and then 80% alpha, or someone could be 50-50 in between. Right.
I just think it just comes down to comfort. That's how I would describe, like, when I go out, I'm like, I try to be the most comfortable that I can be, right?
Bro, why did your voice get deeper all of a sudden? Like, did you do something with your mic?
No, man, I didn't. It just, my voice
My microphone, it likes to do that.
It likes to do that.
Yeah,
It's a life of its own.
It's my higher self. It's what my higher self sounds like.
All right. It's like how Ash Ketchum turns his hat back. It's like your mic just like turns into a different creature. Oh, damn.
Welcome, homies, to the Ivan and Sumed podcast, Better Man podcast.
Today we are talking about, bro. We just end up being stereotypes like this entire podcast. God damn.
Stereotypes.
Yeah.
Stereotypes.
Yeah, like Panasonic, Sony, different types of stereos. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that laughter to just like hit you from a different dimension.
I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea what you're even saying, bro. But it's funny anyway. Like, I don't have to know what you're saying.
That's like energy. Laughing. You know what I mean? Like when you have an energetic need to tell a joke or like say something funny, it like people start laughing. Have you noticed that? It's like when you have the intention or the decision, like, oh, I'm gonna be funny now, or like I'm setting up this punchline or something. It's like there's something in the pacing and the way you say it that people crack up. But yeah, I like what you said about comfort. I think that's huge elements of being a leader of men and being, the type of person that people look to for advice. Like if you're not comfortable to be around, then you're just creepy, right? And I think a lot of guys have this fear of like, am I being too creepy? And I think it comes from this like sense of not valuing themselves, but valuing someone more than them. And so there's this weird like shift in energy. It's like regular people, they have a self-consciousness like, oh, does my hair look okay? I wonder if I'm all right in this light. They have a little bit of that vanity. That's cool. That's fine, right? But then there's also the other consciousness, the self-consciousness, and then the other consciousness. Like, am I focused on this other person who I'm talking to? Like, I wonder how they're doing. I wonder if their hair is okay. I wonder if, etc. So I think that for guys who feel creepy, their self-consciousness is on fleek, but their other consciousness isn't. So then they just care about themselves. So they feel creepy because they're in their head. They're not in their eyes. They're not in their senses. They're not hearing what's going on. They're not mindful in a sense. It comes down to consciousness.
It's just like, just be grounded. It's like, just be grounded. Yeah. That's all you gotta do. Just be grounded.
Straight up. Yeah.
I always, like, for me, since I feel like, that ego energy inside of me and that vision of the ego, right? Like for me, it's vision.
Oh, I thought you said,
like, dude, I have fucking vision than a motherfucker, dude. Like my jaguar, my scorpion, like the animals, the things that represent me, like they all have to do with vision, right?
Right.
And in the ego, it sees things from above, and everything looks all small, right? And that's basically how like shit is like when you're in an airplane, everything looks smaller, right?
Yeah, everyone looks like ants. Yeah,
because you see it from above, right? And you're able to see everything else, right? So sometimes that's exactly what we have to do. We have to take our problems and then like shrink them, like visually shrink them, right? And imagine them as like tiny shits, right?
Yeah,
little balls, or you can imagine like little balls or whatever. It's like this ball here, right? Little storylines, right? And you connect the storylines, right?
I love doing that with visualization. Like when I have a problem that seems huge in my head, like it's giant, I just shrink it down. Like I have a bird energy too, bro. I have a falcon in my soul spirit animal, and I've been seeing falcons. I've been seeing falcons everywhere, bro. There was a falcon on my roof that I made eye contact with. It was straight up 15 seconds.
Oh fuck! 15 seconds.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn.
It
God
flew
damn.
away.
Oh,
And I was
shit.
like,
Bro,
oh
that's
shit.
bro. I don't know.
That's real.
Maybe he wanted to eat you.
Probably something like that. He thought I was brown bread. But
Bro,
yeah,
wow. Wow. That's cool. That's
it
really
was
cool.
lit. Yeah. But first, I thought when you said eagle, I thought you said ego. When my ego, when I tap into my ego energy, and I was like, oh yeah, I know what that's like. And then I was like, eagle. Oh wait, he's talking about an actual eagle. Okay. Do you imagine the bald eagle, by the way, like the American eagle, or do you imagine the
The
other eagle?
brown. For me, it is
Oh,
kind of like the but the ball whenever it goes white, that's because it's old. It's old enough, right? It's like it's
okay.
matured, right? That's the matured version.
Really? Oh,
I
okay.
don't imagine that one. That one doesn't come to me. I resonate personally more with the ones that are just brown headed, like all the way
Mm,
brown, one tone, right? Because
yeah.
those are actually younger, and I'm younger, and I'm like
Yeah.
I'm an eagle, but I'm not like the
Yeah, you would have
fucking
tapped into
motherfucking
your
eagle anymore.
Clooney stage. Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. But man, it's kind of fun to be older, like to imagine what you'd be like as a character. Like,
Mm.
cause technically
Mm.
you're looking from your higher self, if that makes sense. Like
Mm.
yourself 5 years from now, like what you're gonna be doing, like how your hair is gonna gray, and like it's quite interesting.
What I'm thinking is in the group that I'm running, I'm
Hmm.
gonna what I'm doing right now is we're about to go like in the fucking like New Year's resolution, and I'm gonna like use the strategy that Dean Graziosi, like the fucking multi fucking millionaire, like
Hmm.
fucking bro, that guy is like hanging out with Tony Robbins, right?
Hmm.
Like, these people own like a hundred businesses, like they're literally those kind
Yeah,
of people, right? And this is
yeah, they're
his
doing
strategy, and he
100
taught it
things
to
at
me,
once.
and
Yeah.
I took it and I continue to use it, and it's always worked, and it's something that
Mm.
helps me get a lot of vision, right? And we're about to go into that, and we do stuff like that. Like we I tell people, like, why am I so confident? Because I borrow my confidence from
Mm.
my future self.
For your
What's
future
my
self, yeah.
future self like, right? What's their experience of life, right? And trying to emulate that inside of me.
Damn. That's cool because I almost imagine that my future self is overflowing with confidence. So he has lots to give, right? And so it's not like I'm taking away from them. It's like he's got that stuff like in his back pocket, like that I can just feed on. So yeah, that's a really cool concept. Because I've always thought
Really?
about it, when I was younger, I used to think if I'm thinking taking from my future self, I'm like taking away from them. Like I'm being a dick.
What?
But now I think
What?
no, but seriously though, but now I'm thinking like no, because my level of consciousness has raised, right? Now I'm like he has all this confidence to give, right? He has more to give. That's an abundance mindset because when you're stuck in scarcity, this was like high school times,
In
right? Not now.
taking. Ah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fuck, man. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. That's how I feel. That aspect, I feel like, oh man, like I don't like taking. I like receiving. I'll
Yeah.
receive, right? I'm open to receive. I'm not open
Give and
for
receive,
taking.
not give and take. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
for
open
sure.
for taking, and sometimes I feel like that, like like it's
Yeah.
bad for me to take, and like I'm not giving, and I have that sense inside of me that's like always give more, like give more than what's asked of me, right? And
Yeah,
then
just take just sounds like a bad word to use. I
I
feel like
that's where the level of perception that it's coming from, you know.
right,
It's a
totally,
symptom.
totally.
It's just a
It's the
symptom. Your
it's another
vocabulary is just a symptom of your level of energy. Your
exactly.
vocabulary is just a symptom of the level of energy that you have. Oh, jeez.
Right. I remember someone came on a podcast and they were asking Arash, like, man, are you just manipulating women? And he was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I am. He didn't even choose to answer that because he knew that the more he got wrapped up into that conversation, because they were coming from a specific level of consciousness, that if he
Mhm.
got into that conversation, it would have gotten, wrapped up in a lot worse and weird energy. So he kind of just accepted, kind of how Eminem does. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? How he has that song.
You know,
Similar. similar to that, it's like this understanding of like manipulation is just a bad word. You know, it's like,
but that's what it is though. Like,
but that's what it
to be
is.
honest,
But
that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just our perception. Like everybody has a
Exactly.
goal. You know what I mean? Everybody has a goal, right? Like, let's just say you want to put clothes on. You have to manipulate it from the hanger, and then you have to manipulate yourself into the shirt, right? Everything's manipulation. I'll wash it with the dishes. You're manipulating your hands, and your thoughts is the manipulation. Is what your thought is manipulating you, right? Your brain, your noggin, your energy is what creates.
One question, because I had like kind of a resistance to this word. I was thinking like, is it manipulation, or is it that I'm just getting my own needs met through my specific way, like through a specific mechanism, you know? So like, for instance, you know, makeup is manipulation as an example, right? Because it's not your authentic face. But then again, it's like, why would you not wear that? You know, it's like, it's a supplement, you know, it's like, it makes you feel good. It, you know, emanates off of your skin. I'm saying for women, right? But I don't want to be mansplaining.
The same, the crazy thing
know,
is like the same thing can be said about, like, let's just say, why do you dress nice? Right? That's not your real body. That's not your real body, Sum.
that's not your real body. Or you wear shorts, yeah. I don't think it's the same thing, but yeah.
Bro, that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny, yeah. But yeah, the words and the level of consciousness that people are coming from when they make judgments, that's for sure true.
And you know, and how it's like, how do you get rid of that, right? And you said it the other day. I saw it in one of the snippets you posted. You said,
What did I say, bro?
I don't know. What were
Was
we
it
talking about?
was it the fact that turn your judgment into curiosity?
Oh, turn everything neutral. You said turn everything neutral.
Oh yeah, turn everything neutral.
Turn everything neutral, right?
Yeah,
right.
True.
And that's like where you want to bring it. Like, it's like, I think like sometimes we don't want to be seen. We don't want other people to see like how we really feel, right? Try to pretend like maybe we're a bit stronger sometimes, right? And
yeah, look at it like the gray Jedi almost, right? So this is how I understand it. Like, for instance, if you're going through a negative experience that has a very big emotional charge, right? It's a powerful charge. So if you try to go from negative to positive, it's going to be difficult, right? Because it's like you're trying to swing the pendulum from here to here very quick. It can happen, rarely, but then what you want to do to get into that proper mindset switch is like, you want to go from negative to neutral, then to positive. So then you come from that blank space, and then you're like for instance, when I had my clearing, when I had my light body activation session, right, I went completely blank, right? I was like neutral all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, I don't have this heavy baggage that I'm carrying on my shoulders anymore, right? But something has to replace that now, right? If I start watching reality TV, I might start feeling weird afterwards, after I clear everything. If I start, let's say, meditating after that and focusing on what I'm grateful for, and one of my mantras becomes, thank you, thank you, thank you, that changes my level of beingness. And now the feeling in my shoulders is more of an openness rather than a closing in, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you got to go from positive to neutral. No, I mean negative to neutral to positive. Yeah. It's a space of wisdom.
Yeah. And it's like, don't try to, something that I'm coming to terms with is sometimes trying to force the future. Force.
Been there. It's like if this was like a meeting for like a support group for people who try to force things to the future, like, what's your story, Alejandro? And like, you would say it, and then I would say it. Yeah, I've been there. My name is
Yeah, man.
Soom. I'm 27 years old. I tried to make things happen, but then I found the flow state.
Mhm. Well, that aspect of me, I'm coming to terms with it. You know, it's something like sometimes I still catch myself doing. You know, I'm not perfect. Like I say in my bio, I'm an imperfect person helping imperfect people. Like that's just through and through. That's just a fact. It's just like I'm not fucking perfect at all. I'm not fucking perfect at all, man,
Yeah.
and it
And
makes me sad. No. It doesn't make me sad. I feel sad. I'm taking
mm,
responsibility for
that
the
frame
way that
switch was
the
so
outside
important.
world makes the inside world feel.
Mm.
Ooh,
That frame switch you did was really key. That's really important. It doesn't make me sad. I feel sad
ooh. Look,
because
see, now
because
I
that
feel empowered. Now I'm feeling empowered. Right now, like first I was like, ugh, but now I feel like,
because you let go of something, right? Tears are just a sign of let go. You've let go of something. Like same when I went through the DNA
and then
activation,
grab onto something else. I think you have to specify that first, right? You have to let
exactly.
go and then grab onto something else. Because
That's
if you
what I
don't
was
grab onto
saying
anything, you just
earlier,
go
bro.
all over the fucking
Yeah,
place,
that's
right?
what I was
So
saying, bro.
even if look soon, even if you're
Yeah,
a falcon, right?
yeah,
Even if you're a falcon, you still need to land on a building. You need to land on a tree. So do a visualization of you landing with your feet, right? And you were holding onto something with the claws, right?
mm, yeah. That's powerful.
Then that's how you're gonna
So,
ground the energy. You're gonna ground yourself as a falcon, as that falcon energy
mm,
inside of you. Because sometimes
yeah,
we be up in the air too much. We be up,
true.
and we don't come bring it back down.
Yeah, we're in the clouds.
If you would like to contact Sumed for peak performance coaching, go to @FlowZone Academy on Instagram. That's FLOZONE Academy. If you would like to connect to your higher self, contact Ivan at odd.resilience. That's ODD.resilience. Also, make sure you follow the Better Man podcast on Instagram. See you next time.